Welcome, boys and girls, to the Chris and Mike Show. I'm Chris, he's Mike, that's Eric. Portion of the show is being brought to you by Riverside FM, the one and only podcasting platform, at least in our minds.
Absolutely.
Remember, we're live on Twitch, YouTube, and chrisandmikeshow.com. That's chrisandmikeshow.com. Funny little thing, too, Mike, pre-show, using Eric as a guinea pig. I clicked the boxes that this goes to Twitch and YouTube.
Awesome. That's so cool, dude.
Nice.
It is cool.
It
So
makes
Eric,
his life easier, and we're so glad
Right.
it worked because Eric didn't need anybody to tell him what to do. It just came right to him. That's awesome. Thank you for participating in our experiment.
thank you. Thank you for being a guinea pig.
When you've been doing this long enough, you know what to do, you know.
So, boys and girls, we have Erik Leviathan on the show today. He's going to give us a spiel why he's here, who he is, and what he's all about. Ready, set, go.
Welcome back, Eric.
Yes. Welcome.
Awesome.
It's an encore with
Thank
Eric.
you.
Encore with Eric.
Yeah, it's an encore. Let's see what I can tell these people that they don't already know about me.
Right.
So I'm here to talk about this 3-part album that that I have going on. I'm a solo artist, and for those of you who hate AI, I am deadly sorry, but I don't have a band. I use AI to make my music, but all the vocals, the lyrics, the vocals, the lyrics, everything is mine. It's my pain, it's my agony, it's my life story. Not thinking that I've lived the hardest life ever, because there are people who go through a lot of shit, but I have lived a very interesting life that feels like many lives inside of one life. Excruciating pain and agony from the day I was born. So with that being said, I decided that
Slow it down.
physical, mental, sexual. Sorry, I'll slow it down. You guys want to ask? You guys want to ask the questions? It would be better.
Stop right there
You know,
because
I don't know.
people will be interested if you're willing to share.
Right.
You know what abuse you went through.
Do people really care about that shit? Because
they
like
do.
all
You're a
I've been told
human
my whole
being,
life
dude.
is stop crying.
You're
Okay, well,
I'm just
but
asking
see-
because my
But see, it's not a matter of crying. Like, I went through my chaos, right? I physically, mentally, sexually abused, but I don't sit there and point the finger on, oh, woe is me shit. It shaped who I am. Now, that being said, am I vocal about it? When it comes up, I'm not afraid anymore to admit the circumstances, that shaped me. We call it that way. But I don't dwell on it. I don't cry about it. I don't, oh, mommy, daddy didn't love me. Fuck that. We are who we are.
Yeah.
Because the people that brought us into this world, whether we like them or not, love them or hate them, they still had a part in shaping who we are as human beings.
100%.
And then everybody around
Yes.
those on the outside looking in helped shape us as those human beings. So it's not so much that I think you're whining and crying, but our show originally started with the basis of recovery and music, right? Recovering alcoholic, recovering drug addict, and then music tied Mike and I together. Right?
I just
Same
heard
with
this
you.
guy.
Exactly.
I heard a clip the other day. This guy said, and he was obviously a professor giving a lecture, and he said, "You don't even know who you are." And then there was a long pause, right? He said, "You were given your name, you were given your religion, you were given your family, you were told what you believe." Until you became able to be independent, and then you had to figure out who you are, right? You either kept with that path, or you said, wait a minute, who am I and what do I believe, right? Very few people ever took the time to stop and do that, and that was his point. To Chris's point, you were
I've done that.
of everybody that was around you, so of course people care if they're listening to this show for sure.
Yeah, I didn't,
who you are and how you got to be here.
Yeah, I didn't mean to like say that like do people really care, but I'm just going with my my history with life. I've been programmed to believe that. So let's go back to the albums or it's called so I have 3 separate albums. One of them is Tweaker Lakes, Welcome to the Nightmare, which is but the beginning, you know what I mean? The beginning of what shaped my life, and it's about, it's about, obviously a bunch of tweakers growing up around a neighborhood and being sexually abused, being beaten, hurt, basically it's the beginning. It's everything that shaped me as a human being. At the beginning of my life, I didn't really have a shot in hell. Like I'm not trying to say that I've lived the worst life, but I'm just trying to say that the beginning of my life, it was like I was just thrown into life with an abusive mother, drugs, all this other stuff. By the time I was 5, I was already raped, beaten, held for drug ransom in a foster home. Surprisingly, 6 months later, they gave me back to my mother at this foster home I was beaten to. So that's what this is about.
horrible.
This whole thing is my story. The next album is called Suicide Notes, which is the one I talked to you about. Please do enjoy my agony. So anybody who knows me knows that I spent a long time in prison. They know that I grew up in institutions because of specific things. So the reason I was in prison is I stabbed somebody for being a child predator. You know what I mean? There are a number of other reasons I was also in prison. But
wait, let me just stop you right there.
Might
I
be
want to
the best
thank you.
reason ever.
I want to thank you for stabbing said child predator.
Best
because
reason
if I could, because seriously, I think any of us that have been fucked with from that aspect of being fucked with, molested, abused, whatever you want to call it, I think all of us in our minds would go find that person and do the exact same thing. So, I mean, it sucks that you had to do time for that, but just, we're not gonna judge you in a negative way for doing that, because
I agree with everything you just said.
You did something that I think all of us would want to do.
100%.
Thank you. I just wish the judge would have thought that, because I lost a lot of life, man.
A lot of people listening to this are on your side, which would rarely be the case if you stab someone, but under the circumstances.
Yeah, I'm not just running around trying to hurt people. Thank you. I appreciate it. But this is, like I said, it's a 3-part chapter, man, of my life. And then I have the Purification album, which is me facing myself and facing the demons that I acquired. Because at the end of the day, I can sit here and say, woe's me, my childhood, and this and that, all this happened to me, which is true. It all did happen to me, and it all shaped who I was and shaped my thought process. But at the end of the day, I became something that I didn't like. I started using meth at 9 years old, started smoking it. The first time I shot it was at 14. Wow. And the reason I'm talking about this is not because I'm glorifying it.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
And we don't condone it as well. But these are real stories of real people who are living on the other side. That's why we're here.
Right.
So keep going, dude.
Yeah. No, you're good. And I will say, man, I hope that my story might be able to help somebody, because I'm the poster child of what not to do with your life, man. I lost everything, even though my life was chaotic. I built things with my life when I was younger, and I had something, but then drugs got involved. And I will tell you, methamphetamines took the one most important thing to me. It took it away, bro, and to this day I will regret losing it forever, because you can't get that back. You only get one shot at that, and it really fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
Amen.
But like, people take me wrong.
So don't think you're alone.
Yeah.
I literally went down your same path. That's what ruined my music career as well. So
do you have a delay?
It ruined my life, dude.
Do you have a delay, Eric? Can you hear us as we speak, or is there a delay?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It was delaying for a second. That's why I was talking over. My bad.
No, you're good. No, it's just.
But one other thing, real quick. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. One other thing. Make sure where's your microphone at?
Whose?
Right here.
Eric's.
Okay.
Right here on my headphones.
Put it away from your voice a little bit, or away from your mouth a little bit, because you're a hot talker, which is a wonderful thing, but you're peaking every now and then, and it cuts it off, and we're losing parts of words.
Okay. How's that? Is that good?
Much better.
My thing is, I don't want to talk over you, which is I was asking if there's a delay, because I feel like we're doing a lot of talk over, and I don't like doing that.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's not your bad.
So,
I'm just
we
saying.
want people to hear your story for sure.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You're good. Go ahead.
You're good. Go ahead.
Where was I? So with I will have to say, when I went to prison, it changed me. And it took parts of who I was when I first went in away. Like, I wasn't a violent guy per se.
Right.
And when you're in there, you have to build a character to survive. You know what I mean? You're either going to become a victim or you're going to be somebody who stands up. You know what I mean? And I wasn't going to become a victim, but in that mindset, I became somebody that I normally wouldn't be on the outside world, and that kind of followed me. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
obviously, if you look back at my early music career, you can see the troubles that I had with that. You know what I mean? So my point here of telling this story to like the point of the change in prison and my mental state
Hmm.
is that, you know, when you've when you've done a lot of drugs, obviously fucking you need to go to recovery. But I never thought that recovery I always just thought it was about people who wanted to sit there and cry about things, but I didn't realize it up until like last week that recovery isn't necessarily to keep you off drugs necessarily. It is, but it's not. It's to learn how to deal. It's not to learn how to deal with drugs. It's to learn how to deal with everything that caused you to use the drug in the first place, because
Amen.
that is the that is the underlying
That's
issue.
the trigger. That's the
And
trigger.
like I
Yep.
thought I thought I could go through life and just bury it, but what it did is it made me an evil human being. It made me
Me too.
miserable, and it was pushing everybody away, my business partners, my life partners, myself even. So I had to just sit here and think to myself, what do I got to do? Because I don't want to live this way anymore. You know, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to be somewhat fucking normal.
Right.
So then I did what everybody told me I had to do the whole time. Take a look at myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. We all
that's
did.
what I did. That's, and I hated it. I hated what I saw, bro. And that's where these albums came from, because when looking at myself, I saw everything that I did, the people that I hurt, the people who hurt me, et cetera, et cetera. That's why there's a song on there on the Tweaker Lakes album called "My Remorse Will Always Haunt Me." You know, because it's when you realize what you've done and the pain that you've inflicted on people. If you're a human being, um, it hurts. It hurts you, and it's not because of anything other than the fact that you caused pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry
Absolutely.
if this sounds like a therapy session.
No,
My
dude, you're
bad.
fine. This is no, dude. This is what we do, man. We have
This is your
conversations
story.
with real people. It's not. That's why there's nothing script. There's no. Here's 20 questions, Eric. We don't play that way, dude.
We're just
This
having
is
a
about
conversation, man.
exactly, and we want to share as
Yeah.
much as we can about that person, their music, their art, their whatever they are. That's why if you look at the type of people we've had on the show, it ranges from everywhere from just I mean it's everything. There's the only person we shut down about coming on the show was a chick who was diddling an underage kid, went to prison for it, and then they got out and they got married. Like,
What
yeah,
the
you're not coming on the show.
fuck?
No.
Right. It's the reverse the role thing,
Whoa.
right? It's like the teacher having sex with
That's
the junior high kid, right? We turned her down.
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we do have morals, and that's the one line.
Don't mess-
Yeah. You know,
male,
if you're
yeah, and it's male or female. If you're a pedophile, you know, whatever, nope, not happening. You know, it's just
yeah,
it's,
look, man, I know the double standard, and some guys are like, well, it's a woman. And I'll tell you, when I was like 14, I banged a 28-year-old chick, and I loved it, and I thought it was the greatest thing. But guess what? She's still a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, at
You
the
know
end
what
of
I
the day,
mean?
in the eyes of the law, I went down the same road, man. And you know, my parents could have done the same thing, but they were wise enough in their years to know that that would have caused more problems, right? But you're right. In the eyes of the law, that's not allowed.
I mean, also morally, though, if you think about it, I mean, as a guy, of course, when you're a kid, you're like, yes, but like morally looking at it, a 28-year-old has no business messing with a 14-year-old.
no.
Mature wise, you have nothing in common with these people.
Yeah, and my
You know what
age
I
gap
mean?
wasn't near that much. Mine was 16 to 22, but it's still illegal. And I don't feel any weird way about it, but I agree with Chris. I don't want to have a conversation with someone like that.
Whether
know?
male or
Yeah,
female, it
no,
doesn't matter.
that's-
I mean, because
That's just not here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
We'll
I mean,
pretty much
pedophile.
let
since we're on the
anything happen, but
topic,
that can't happen for sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with you, man.
Right.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic, if you think about it, man, like these people, they destroy like
Mm-hmm.
these kids, man. They don't know pain. They don't
Mm-mm.
know good and evil yet.
Nope.
And that kid could have been something great. That
Yep.
kid could have grown up and done something good. But when you
Yep.
take that from that child, you
Mm-hmm.
take everything from them, bro. And I know this
Yep.
by personal experience, and I'm sure you do as well. And there's many other people out there who
Mm-hmm.
do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this whole thing just isn't like my story, although I feel like my story needed to be told because it does hurt, man. It's there, it's always there. And I think that if I can turn all the crap in my life and make it into potential and
Mm-hmm.
possibly reach somebody else that's going through the
Yep.
same thing,
Mm-hmm.
that would be great. You know what I mean?
Well, you're giving
Exactly.
them hope that you can rebuild your life.
Yep. Want to hear a little bit? A little bit of
I
Cruel
do.
Fate? All right.
Can we ever erase
I like it.
what we've become? To become who we were meant to be.
I dig your voice,
I
man.
haven't been alive, just
Thank
merely
you.
existing for so long. I thought I was lost inside that abyss. So cold, so empty, so hollow. It was the thought of you that kept my death wish from coming true. Always close, but never close enough to finish the story we started. The fire still burns, but for the sake of everyone, we turn away and run. This isn't fair.
I fucking like that, dude.
That was a sick break right there, dude.
That was a great break. That was a great break, man.
Thank you.
One that has turned
Fuck
my
yeah.
love for all.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
You
I do too.
Thank you.
Every passing day feels borrowed.
I can come back down.
Promise
Yeah.
swallowed by
It's a roller coaster ride. I like roller coaster rides when it comes to music.
the embers never lost their glow.
This song is very special.
Underneath
It's sick, dude.
All songs are special, man, when you write them.
every memory
Thank you.
burns my hands. Every dream tastes like regret. I'm still chasing the ghost of us.
I can feel it.
While becoming someone I never have met. It's always close, but never close enough to finish the story we started. The fire still burns, but for the sake of everyone, we turn away and run. This isn't fair.
Oh, I like that break, dude.
This is a
Quick.
cruel fate. One that has turned my love for all, but you to hate.
There's about 3 more minutes, but that's fucking cool, Eric.
Dude,
No
that was
worries. My
really
songs are
good.
long, brother.
No, but I still wanted
Thank you.
to play it. Yeah. So if you get a
Yeah.
thing saying, hey, did you give this guy's permission to play your music? You have to say yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I will.
Otherwise, we
Oh,
can't
and
include
that's
it.
another. All my songs are really long because I'm telling stories, and somebody asked me, they're like, "Why don't you make shorter songs?" I said, "Because I'm not catering to your attention span. This is
Because I
my
would
life
listen to
story."
that
You
every
know.
time it
Don't-
came
yeah.
up, Eric. I'm
Yeah.
your fan, right? You got plenty of fans out there that love that kind of music. Chris was grooving. We're with you, man. I felt what you were trying to get across.
Thank you.
He obviously loved your singing style and what you're writing about. I know when he likes something. He knows when I like something. We're not blowing smoke up your ass. That is sick, dude.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I really do. That song is very special. It holds a
I can
special
tell.
meaning.
I can feel it. Man.
It's everything that I lost because of methamphetamines. The one most important thing ever in life.
So with your videos, because I'm noticing the videos you just have a photo, so you haven't got into the whole production of your videos yet.
I'm working on that. I do.
I'm just asking because the stories that you're pulling up from the lyric, it's visually like you have. I just pulled up "Kill Your Local Pedophile" official music video, because I saw that looked like it had an image to it, which I champion that. But yeah,
that's a totally different style of music.
Oh, I'm sure. What I'm getting at, the stories you're telling deserve to be visual, and obviously you're working on it, which is cool. But yeah, definitely do that. Get some visual aids going, man, because I would like to see some of that stuff.
Me too.
You know.
Oh yeah, I'm working on so many things right now.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm working on a book. Actually, I've been working on it for like 5 years, but still, it's called The Evolution of My Psychosis, and it ties in these albums. And
Cool.
then I'm gonna go through and I'm going to go to each song and make a video for it. So it does tell the story, but I'm one guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm in here hammering away, crying my eyes out as I'm writing this, bawling my eyes out as I'm singing it, bawling even more when I have to listen to it to make sure it's done right, you know?
Okay.
This creative
Hold on 1
process.
second.
Go ahead.
Hey,
So
hold
that
on.
answers my next question. I think you did all this yourself. Do you have a home studio?
Yes.
Dude, your production, your
I
ear
have-
is excellent, man. Because even
I have a
compressed through this
$7,000
podcast,
studio.
That sounds amazing.
Eric, you got to let Mike say his comment, man. You're talking over. We want to.
My bad. Sorry.
We want to. Yeah, you got to just reel it back a little bit because we want to get everything in.
It's all
and you
good.
need to hear.
I can fix.
I know, but
I
I
know
just
what you're saying.
I want people to be able to hear it too. And
Yeah,
then when
I got you.
talk over, it doesn't come across very well.
You're right.
That's all. That's just the producer in me. I'm sorry.
You're
My
100%
apologies.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Eric, listen.
No, just yeah. He was going to answer it. What are you using for a studio?
I have my KRK 11s right here with the subwoofer. I use Reaper, Studio One, and I also use Suno AI to help me polish up everything. Once I have everything done, I'll run it through that, and it will give me the final finished polish. That way, everything that I've recorded into Reaper is authentic and human, other than the music, because I do have AI create the music for me for my lyrics and
Because
everything.
you're a singer,
But I do all the
right?
production. Yes, I'm a singer-songwriter. I have no musical talent or anything else. If I did, I'd play it. I would love to be in a band, but unfortunately, when I first got out of prison, I scared the shit out of everybody. Now nobody wants to fuck with me. But
Okay,
the thing, it's just
So stop there. What did you do? What did you do to scare the fuck out of everybody?
When I first got out of prison, man, let me explain something. I spent 16 years in prison from 2000 to 2016. All right. Now, they didn't have none of this, bro. They didn't have any of this, like internet, Facebook. So I get out of prison, mind you, I'm in a place where no matter what, if anybody says anything sideways, I have to fucking nut up, bro.
Yeah.
So I come out here and I'm talking online and I'm getting on Facebook trying to get into my groove, and people are very disrespectful, bro. This world is fucking nuts. All right.
agree.
And it took me a few years to figure this out. But some guy said something to me stupid on Facebook, and I'm like, listen, motherfucker, look me up online. I will get on a bus. I will go to your fucking house, and I will gut you from your crotch to your fucking jugular and go eat a goddamn sandwich afterwards. Don't fuck with me.
Okay.
That's how I was, bro. Like,
Gotcha.
because
Yeah.
if you come to my door and disrespect me, I'm fucking you up.
Well, I get
Yeah.
that part, but
I'm
now
sorry.
Now I know why.
You know?
Now I know why you got in trouble.
But I didn't understand. I didn't understand internet etiquette, bro. I didn't
That's what I'm
understand that
saying.
there's
I
like
get it.
internet rules internet emojis and all this other weird shit going on that I never gave a fuck about in the first place. And now you got all these millions of motherfuckers online trying to make you care about shit you just don't want to care about. I don't fucking care, bro. I just
preaching
want to
to the
live my
choir,
fucking
brother.
life. Like,
And-
God
Reel it
damn.
back. Reel it back.
So-
Reel it back. It's okay, Eric. Deep breath. Deep breath, man.
You are preaching
So,
to the choir,
yeah.
there, man.
I get it.
So I'm going
'cause
through, right?
but people-
And I'll,
see,
yeah.
see, that's the thing. People don't understand. Like you said, you were incarcerated from 2000 2016. So the technology jump was massive, right? So
Yeah.
So kind of what I want you to kind of touch on. You don't have to go down a giant rabbit hole, but so you go into the system, and like you said earlier, it was kind of fight or flight, right? You had to either nut up or just turn into be somebody's bitch, basically. So obviously, all of us are
pretty
going to,
much.
probably all of us are going to want to, nut up because I'll be damned, right? So that completely puts you into a cage where you're treated like animals. You're completely disrespected by the guards, right? You're eyeballed by all the other inmates because whether you're bigger or taller or whatever, if you're smaller, I had a friend who got locked up for a month or so. The first thing he did was he was on the phone and some big guy that was playing the bully was trying to get off the phone, and Dave just took the phone and just started beating the shit out of the guy like it was his turn to be on the phone. Leave me the fuck alone. But nobody messed with him after that.
Yeah.
That's the story I learned.
Exactly.
From that. So to your point, you go into the system. Granted, you already fucked up anyway, but you weren't a violent, quick to rage person when you went in. Correct.
Correct.
So
I mean, I was one of those guys who would try and talk my way out of a fight before.
Okay,
you know
but
what I
that's
mean?
my
Be me,
point. That's my
for
point.
sure.
So your learned behavior in
with you.
16 years, somebody's thinking they're being a cute little keyboard warrior. They set you off, then it's just you're triggered. You're just game on. So that's why it took you that time, right, to just kind of adapt to a whole new world because it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely a whole new world, and
Yeah,
I'm yeah. That's definitely what it's a culture shock,
Yeah.
when I got out.
Okay.
And I didn't mean to offend people. I just, unless they had it coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I scared people a little bit talking about killing local pedophiles. Let's go on the Kill Your Local Pedophile tour and the Make Assassinations Great Again tour. Like, I was just being,
right.
I was just, I don't mean anything by this. I'm not going to go out and hurt anybody. It was just, hey, I got to catch your attention somehow. But I did. And it was just the wrong fucking way, dude. You know what I mean? That's what it was.
Yeah, I think Make Assassinations Great Again would definitely kind of get some eyeballs on you.
I mean,
because I saw that slide.
again, with everything.
I'm going to have to agree with that.
Yeah,
When everything shocking has been done before. All right. Marilyn Manson, one of my favorite musicians ever, dude. He came out in the 90s. And after like the second EP was Smells Like Children. But after that, when he came out with Antichrist Superstar, that's when he fucking blew up, dude. And what he did was amazing. He took the imagery.
Sure.
Yeah. And he went on tour like the Pope and just ran around causing chaos. All right. And it worked. So, I'm an underground artist being a little overlooked. Let me capture your attention. And now my streams are fucking flying high, bro. You know what I mean?
That's a great song.
It's marketing. It's marketing, bro. Everything is
100%.
marketing except for
100%.
these other albums I got going on. That's all pain.
But at the end of the day, you have to have a song that somebody wants to listen to, or you have nothing to market, right? So you have a great product that you're putting
That
out
is
there.
very true. Thank you. I just wish it was like it was back in like the 80s or 90s where I could find a band and then say, hey, here's my demo. Sign me, motherfucker.
yeah, preaching to the choir.
And that was
Because,
easier
again,
said
we-
than
we-
done even back then.
Yeah. We were in the era of 90, 92, 95, 96, 99, all that era where this stuff wasn't there yet.
And the
So,
problem
like-
is you had to find guys that you would gel with, right?
Yeah.
You had to not only be lucky enough to find the right musicians who could step on a stage with the biggest bands in the world. You had to have the songs. You also had to have the chemistry, right?
Yep.
And that didn't always work because you
Yeah.
could put four great musicians together, and they're going to write shit songs because they can't agree on anything. We agreed on the fact we wanted to write great songs. We put our egos at the door all the time.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I
that's
noticed
something that needs to be done.
Yeah, I noticed the Camp
Go ahead.
Verde on this. I noticed the Camp Verde, Arizona on this image. Are you in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in
I
Arizona.
am not in Arizona, but I am originally from Arizona, and Arizona is where I did all my time. So you know that's gladiator school.
Yeah. Well, I've never been there, but I've heard stories. In Florence?
I'm sure you've heard of it. Yes, I spent
Okay.
a long time in SMU2 security threat group. Yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But really, at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily a bad guy. Made a lot
No.
of mistakes in my past, learned from them.
Right.
And now I'm here. You know what I mean? And
There was one night in my life, Eric, I could have been you real easy. I just, for whatever reason, they didn't search my car, but if they did, I would have been you. Because I told Chris when I got pulled over that night, I said, I'm going to prison. I had been up for 4 days. I looked like I had been up for 4 days. And I had all kinds of shit in the vehicle that I was with. And I got pulled over by a Maricopa County deputy and a city of Tempe cop.
Oh.
And then his buddy showed up. There's 3 squad cars surrounding this Jeep. They never searched it. For whatever reason, it was almost like divine intervention, right? Whatever you believe in, the universe just said it wasn't meant to be that night, right? But my heart pours out to you because I could have been you on so many levels, man.
You know, I appreciate that, but a lot of people don't understand that all it takes is just one wrong move and they could be
That's
in
what
there.
I'm saying.
I've
I'm
seen
not a bad
people
person
go.
either. Chris knows that. He's shared the stage with me 1,000 times. Like he knows who I am. He's my brother.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen people go in there with a few years that didn't necessarily belong there. And next thing you know, they're caught up in some shit with everyone else and they stab somebody and now they got more years. You know, there's a lot of people there's people that don't belong there that go there that will probably never get out because they're going to die in there because they don't have what it takes to survive. Then there's the people that do belong there that you never want to see outside ever. And then there's the people like myself who didn't necessarily belong there, but did everything they had to survive.
So that's wild, dude. Back up 1 second. You went in 2005, you said, right?
2000.
2000.
No, I went in 2000, got out on Christmas Day on 2016.
Holy fuck, did the world change?
That's what I said earlier. Just in those 16 years,
I know.
the technology,
I'm rehashing
the
what
technology
you just said.
alone in
Wow.
those 16 years, just it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
I didn't know how
it's
to
kinda
use
like
a
what
computer
nine-
when I got out.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
it's kind of like 1900 to 1915, right? And then you have the other revolutions that have happened in our lifetime. It's just, think about it. In what 1994 was that when cell phones started coming, but they're big bulky ones,
Yep.
right? And then you know what I mean? Or even
Yeah, my
sooner.
probation
that's
officer
insane.
had one.
Remember the movie
Yeah.
Wall Street with Michael Douglas? He had the brick
Yes.
phone.
Yeah,
That was only predated by the bag phone.
yeah, the bat phone.
No, the bag phone.
The bag phone. Well, and then of course, NASA could call the moon, somehow, before all that
How?
satellite technology. We don't know, but somehow,
Wasn't that made in the Hollywood basement anyway? That's what Red Hot Chili
was-
Peppers say.
there's
they
some
gotta
theories
be
for
right.
that. There's some theories for that, for sure. Of course, Elon Musk just crashed
Yeah,
one of his
yeah.
rockets into the moon, showing everybody that he could get to the moon on his own. He did.
Made his own crater.
Yeah, made his own crater. It's the Elon and Musk crater.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's actually
yeah.
a true story.
See, this is crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you another thing that's crazy to me. Remember when Hawaii was getting set on fire and they were talking about laser beams from outer space shooting
Mm-hmm.
down and setting Hawaii on fire?
Right.
I just had to ask, like, welcome to the future? You know what I mean? Like lasers and shit. What are you talking about? We got lasers in outer space that could hit the Earth. What the fuck's going on, dude?
And I read an
Right.
article
Oh, there's
that
so
said
much
that they're
more going
trying
on.
to put mirrors on the moon now. For whatever reason.
Why?
I don't know.
Because
Okay.
the world's vain. Because the world's vain. When they send the astronauts up, they have to check and see that they look good. Right. I saw an ad on Facebook the other day. Vanity
Just
mirror.
Google
No
it, it'll tell
kidding.
you why. I can't remember
right.
why.
But I there's an ad on Facebook the other day or Instagram, one of the two. A vanity mirror. Like shit you not, a 6 foot tall vanity mirror goes in your wall, and it's called vanity mirror. and you can order it so you can. The image was a woman looking at herself in the mirror.
Well, they had those like in the 1900s and the.
I know, but the
Victorian,
fact that they're now calling them vanity mirrors, like
Well,
it's
they
just a
always
mirror,
called them
man.
vanity
I have,
mirrors.
yeah, we have what? We have one.
But
we have two
what's the
head-to-length
point?
mirrors. Well, for women, they got to see how they look, right? I get that. I get
Yeah,
that. But
I
we
guess.
we have two full-length mirrors. Then they're both bathroom closet because Nikki gets dressed in the closet. Okay.
They went
You know, she does her
from
hair in the
vanity
bathroom.
mirrors
Okay.
to full-length mirrors.
Right. But that's what they're calling the vanity mirror now, is the
okay.
full-length mirror. It's just, you know. I don't know.
I know because my grandmother had vanity mirror.
You guys should check out that song "Demons in the Bed." I can give you a quick description of what that's about if you want to check it out. So you know when you're like up for 3-4 days, you start seeing shadow people and hearing people in your walls, and I don't know if you ever did, but when I was up for fucking 7 days, I saw shadow people, thought people were living in my walls and shit. Well, Demons in the Bed is about this girl that I was with, and I was so far gone that I had accused her of having midgets inside of our bed while we were having sex. I'll use that word for the lack of a word that I wanted to use. And there were people in the walls looking at me through the pictures, through the eyes of the pictures in the frames. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
And like I would hear voices and shit. And I went off on her one night, and I was like, "Where are all these people? I'm hearing them, blah blah blah." And she's trying to calm me down, bro. Like we were on drugs, man. But like I have so much trauma and shit that methamphetamine fucking amplifies everything and makes me insane. So that song "Demons in the Bed" is literally about psychologically breaking down, having a conversation while having sex, and trying to dodge like these demons that are chasing me. At one point in time, I literally thought in my head that I was literally Satan. Okay, this is it came to my mind that because everything in my life was horrible. I didn't stop to think that I'm making my life horrible.
Well,
I'm
it
the
causes
reason people look at
psychosis.
me crazy. Yeah, but I thought I was Satan, and I was cast out, and this was my hell, and this was my punishment. So I'm literally begging God to please forgive me, which is what came out for another song called "The Inauguration of Lucifer," which I'm writing right now, which is basically asking if Lucifer begged for forgiveness, would God forgive him? It doesn't matter what anybody believes, you know what I
No,
mean?
that's deep, man.
Whatever you
That
believe,
is deep. Yeah.
because
Well,
at the end of the
yeah.
day, all of our behaviors. Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you, and it's the Christian theology. If Satan asks for forgiveness and commits his life to God, then according to the Christian theology, he's forgiven and he can go hang out in heaven. But he can't.
And
'cause
then would all of
yeah,
this sin and shit stop here? You know?
I don't know.
Who knows? It's just an idea.
We
It's
just
a
solved all
thought.
the
It's a
problems of
theory.
the world.
But
Yeah.
just get Satan for forgiveness. That's all. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything. It's a healing project. It's a lot, man. But
I dig it. Oh, you haven't been seeing that? I thought you guys were seeing this.
Oh, no. Now I understand.
No.
I'm like, is he pissed?
I am. Can you hear it?
yeah, I thought.
Now we can. Sorry, dude. I didn't know what you were doing.
I watch 1,000 faceless lovers taking turns behind
See, this is where I come back and I know it's just you. But obviously you're making the covers with AI, right?
Yeah.
Is there AI programs to make videos? Or is that just
Not
super
yet,
elaborate, crazy ass shit.
You are bleeding from your fingernails.
I'm working on learning the new AI stuff for videos.
Asking who is touching me.
See, if you're in Arizona, dude, we can make videos. I could be your character. And we could just hire random interns and we could just make kick-ass videos. You know, it'd be fun. But you don't live in Arizona anymore, damn it.
I can feel you disappearing. I can see the chemicals win.
Oh, nice.
You are fighting things that are not here, and I cannot follow where you went. Tell me why never yours to keep.
Who's the chick?
Tell me who was in your body. We are buried
Huh?
underneath.
Who's the chick? Who's the female singing?
Oh, that's my wife.
Cool.
She knows that we are
Right on, dude.
real. Those are voices, not the truth. Baby, tell me what you feel. Look into my eyes and see me. There is nothing hiding here. Get them out of you. I see their faces coming through. The walls are screaming, the blood is bleeding. You say you love me while they feed. Come back down, I am holding you. There is no one here but me and you. You are breaking, you are shaking. Please believe me. Please believe. Please believe. I saw the hands, I heard the names. I watched them crawling through your veins. You kissed my mouth, they bit my tongue. You said I love you. They said run. I know what I saw, I know what I heard. Do not tell me.
I dig it. Again, almost 7 minutes long, and I don't want to take up. All
No,
the
Yeah,
stuff
no
watching videos,
worries.
but I dig it, man. I like it. Now, is this stuff on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, all that kind of stuff? Downloadable.
It's everywhere. It's on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Bandcamp, Deezer,
Okay.
Napster, iHeartRadio, everywhere.
Awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, in the future, my songs will get shorter. But I had a lot to say. Like I said, this
Don't
was a
apologize
very
for the lengthy-
therapeutic
dude,
thing.
Stop
Tool
apologizing
would
for
argue
your
you
music.
can
man.
have
Alright.
worldwide
Just
success
stop.
with really long songs.
Right. Your music is your music.
That's true.
Fuck what. Just don't apologize for what you create, man.
I agree.
Life is nothing without music. So all I want to know is people can go buy this online. They can go to Apple and buy it, right?
They can if they want it, or they can just get it free from me. I don't care about money. I don't do this to sell it. I do have merchandise online, but I don't care about money.
Yeah, but you
I'm
need
sorry.
but you need to sell your music to make money, to continue making
That's
music,
the
and buy
problem.
more equipment and shit. So it's not a question of you don't need money. Everybody needs money for something.
And your art
But-
is worth something.
Right. So yeah, exactly. You don't give your art away, man. You gotta even if you sell an EP for $5, sell an EP for $5. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't agree with
Oh,
you more.
I mean, I still sell music. People do buy it, but my thing is that, and I understand, people
Yeah.
need to pay for art. My thing here is this was more therapeutic, and
Of course.
money would completely devalue everything that I just did if I'm trying to sell. You know what I mean? This for me was healing, and I just want people to hear it. You know what I mean?
I agree with that on some levels because everything that I wrote came from my soul. So all the songs I wrote, I'm that character in that song, right? And there's songs about my struggles with addiction. There's songs about my abuse as a child. So had we been in the era where that stuff would be on Apple and iTunes and shit, it'd be on Apple and iTunes and shit, regardless of the meaning behind it, because music is music, art is art. So that's why I made that comment a minute ago. Even if you sell an 8-song EP for $5, still you're selling it for $5 as opposed to $20 or $10 or whatever most people sell a single for as $1.29. I'm that guy that buys the whole album because I want to support the artist. Not everybody's, but there's a lot of history with musicians and their angst and their childhood traumas and the abuse and the trauma from parents and siblings and that's out there in the world. So don't sell yourself short. That I get
I
that
add
you want
one
people
thing,
to hear
though?
your message. Yes, interject, Mike.
And I didn't mean, I wanted you to finish, but I agree with everything Chris says, unless it means so much to you that you give it away, that's
Yeah.
what's healing you. Then disregard everything we said, other than I agree
Right.
with everything he said, other than if that means that much to you.
True.
I've
that's
got
my
other
only thought
music
as
that I'll
Chris was
sell.
talking.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because the other thing, dude, like I had family member that went through struggle with heroin and meth. Okay, so we got to a point to where we realized there's a disconnect. Once you get out of the 24 hours, 30-day lockdown, you go to a halfway house. There's a disconnect in that space, right? Where you don't have the support you just had, and you're stuck into an environment with 14 other addicts that are all it's a pissing contest. It's a dick measuring contest. This is my space, not yours. Get out of here. You can't have that spot in the fridge, this and that. And you make them all female on top of it. You have all that drama and shit, right? The disconnect is then you go down, you leave that environment because you just can't hang and it's triggering you. So then you go latch onto somebody that you shouldn't latch onto, and all of a sudden this vicious cycle starts all over again.
Yep.
So we started this thing called Heroin Sucks, #Save Our Kids, to where anytime somebody would buy my t-shirt that said Heroin Sucks, I would take that money and stick it on the side. So if we came across somebody that needed help from getting from the 30-day 24/7 lockdown to something that's other than a quote unquote halfway house, here's $100. Right? Even though
awesome.
it may have just been $100, here's $100 to help you get from point A to point B in some way, shape, and form. So if you approached it that way, this is all my trauma. I'm selling this for $5, but the proceeds are going here. I'm going to help this person
a lot
who's struggling and can't, for whatever reason, get the help they need. Here's $100 for you to go buy an AI app that helps you talk to a therapist instantaneously that costs $6 a month. You just covered that for a year.
And the reason I like that idea is because he just elevated what I just said to force you to use your talent to sell it to the people. Because the one thing that we have as musicians, Chris is a singer-songwriter, right? You're a singer-songwriter. I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's a musician, a singer-songwriter. They don't have the ability to get it to the level that you just did, that Chris can, that I can. I just had this conversation. This is how full circle the universe is, literally with the person I was talking to when you logged on, Erik.
Yeah, you have something to share to the world, right?
Amen.
And I dig that. And it's personal and it's raw.
And I like where you went with it in that let's find something that means something to you. Mm-hmm. Like Chris just said, it was for him, it was that it was stuck in his craw that these people kept going back to the people that they were suffering from simply because there was a hole in the system, right? Mm-hmm. Find that hole in the system for you and donate to that.
Yeah, gap that hole, man.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I do.
You know what I mean? I mean, because even even to the point that you don't want to take the money from that, don't be blatantly obvious. Every proceed, every dime that I get off this single or this EP is going to this. I'm setting up the Leviathan Foundation for anybody that's struggling with meth or heroin. That you don't have to think about it, dude. You could take your music to a whole new level from a standpoint of becoming philanthropic through your music. So you're not making money off your music. You're raising money off your music to bring help to those that need it that otherwise wouldn't get it.
And here's how I'm going to elevate it one step further.
Yeah.
Then when you get enough money in this foundation, you can hire those musicians that you dreamed about to make that music for you while you stand in the studio and make it even better.
Right.
That would be a beautiful thing, man. There's nothing I would love more than to be on stage with a band. I had a band a few years ago. It just didn't work out.
Make it happen through these songs that mean so much to you, like Chris said. Make that happen. You have the power to make it happen because nobody is the art. That's why he got offended on your behalf as a musician, because nobody is you as an artist. Nobody else can be you.
No.
So
nobody can sing like you.
No.
Nobody can write like you. Nobody can produce like you.
You have 2 new fans right here, brother.
Yeah. Use it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Use it to your advantage in a philanthropic way. I dig the fact that you don't want to make money because you feel like it's diminishing the value of what you've done. But if you spin it and make it a philanthropic, then you're actually creating more value for what you've done because you're taking that trauma, right? And you're helping the world around you get through their trauma, whatever that looks like, right? Whatever it looks like. It could be, you figure out what would be the way for you to charge for your art to raise money to build the Leviathan project, whatever you want to call it. But then you start giving back to the community that way. So then you are making money, but you're not. You're going to be a philanthropic musician that's helping people get through their trauma on whatever level that it looks like. That
makes sense.
I love it.
Yeah,
just
that makes
thought.
No, it's great.
It is a good idea. I'm going to have to look into that. Definitely is, because it's all life, man. There's a song out there for everything, but how many songs do you catch that actually make you feel something? I remember, you can laugh at me if you want, but I remember I was in McDonald's in Detroit with my ex, and this was I was out on parole or something, and on the radio, Hoobastank came on. Hoobastank, the reason, right?
Yeah,
And,
that's a good
and I'm
song.
just listening
That's a
to
good
this
fucking song.
song, and I'm listening to this song, and I look at her, she looks at me, and we're like, "There's a song for fucking everything, bro." But the
There
song
is.
actually made me feel. It made me feel something because it's like
Me too.
a reason to
Yeah.
change. You know what I mean?
That's the beautiful thing about music,
It's
man.
crazy.
That's why music is what it is. You think about life without music. Music's the soundtrack of our lives
That would be
because
so.
right,
Yeah.
but
Chris and I like your music, but you'll find him listening to old Charlie Pride. You'll find him listening to Young Blood is one of his new artists
Alter
that he
Bridge,
told me he
you know.
likes. Alter Bridge, and we'll listen to your song as well, man. A true lover of music, not just even a musician, appreciates just good art. I always say
Yeah.
if it's got a good beat, if it's in key, I can probably tolerate it because it's music, right? It means something to somebody. And that means something to us, not only as
Yeah.
artists, but as human beings.
Yeah, and see, I love Marilyn Manson, so
too.
I could tell the influence of Marilyn Manson, right?
For sure.
And Marilyn Manson isn't doing what Marilyn Manson was doing, 20 years ago. So there's going to be that space,
No.
there's going to be that, he's still there. I'm just saying he's not dropping shit like he was dropping shit. He's not dominating the world like he was dominating the world in his peak, right?
And I felt like you had some almost white zombie influence.
I
in
felt that
there.
too, a little Nine Inch
Some
Nails
Nine
action.
Inch Nails, thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. So don't
Yeah, those
just-
were three of my favorite bands growing up in the '90s.
Yeah.
Typo Negative too. I heard.
Yeah.
Some of
Oh,
that
yeah,
Typo
yeah. The
Negative,
imagery.
and I love Typo
Yeah.
Negative. Man. Peter
yeah,
Steele.
the imagery for sure. Yeah. So what's on the horizon for Eric and Misanthropic Torment? What's in the works?
That's a good question. Because I was thinking about, no, seriously. Normally, when I put out albums or I get done with one, I go to the next one and start writing.
Okay.
But I have no more anger. I have no more pain. I'm feeling okay because I just got all this shit out,
Yeah.
and I don't know what to
understand that
write about
100%.
right now.
So now
You
write.
know, I don't know
now
what
write
the fuck I'm
positive
doing.
Angry songs.
Say it again, Mike.
Now write positive
I-
angry songs.
Yeah. Either that or
yeah,
while you're waiting because you're a lyricist, I'm a lyricist. We let the muse guide us. So don't force yourself to do something. So maybe while you're in this bridge of torment to happiness, work on the Leviathan project.
That's
Have
your
that
new
occupy
job.
your mind. Work on some video stuff. Start going down the. We've had a couple people on the show that they're fully dialed in. They do all their own videos and everything, which I thought was amazing.
Absolutely.
So maybe kind of shift your focus and start creating some really cool visual aids for your songs that are telling these amazing stories. And then while you're doing that, you can, let that muse kind of play with you for a while because all of your songs deserve a visual aid.
I agree.
Right? Because you're telling a story and it's not I went out on Friday night, got laid, got in a fight. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck
no,
off.
I want to make you cry, but by the end of this album, if you don't cry, you have no fucking soul, dude. And I'm just saying that because,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I just visual work on since you've purged the hate, which a lot of my stuff I think I came out being the person I'm one because I had the gift of writing. Otherwise, I could have gone down the dark path. I would have went left instead of right in my life. And music and writing and acting gave me that release. So I would champion you now since you've purged it all. Now work on the visualization of that purge, because I think that will help purge it even more. Right. And then you're really telling your story, because all your songs, like you said, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes long. They're little mini movies. They could be tiny little movies and shit,
Absolutely.
where you can just kind of paint the picture of things. And it doesn't have to necessarily be with people. I remember when one of my last band I was in, I went and I wrote a song called Plastic Icon, which was just about how people just in the world just elevate you as a candy ass pop rock star. And I just grabbed all these images off the internet that had to do with, Britney Spears, that's an icon. Why is she an icon? She doesn't fucking do anything. She's just a bubbly personality, but then you just kind of put that together with iMovie and all of a sudden I had a video. So you have AI skills, obviously, with all your imagery and shit, So you could put into AI, hey, create, a reel, 15, segment reel of, like I did a video, a cartoon strip of Mike and Chris show one day. I was like, oh, do a cartoon strip, a 4-panel cartoon strip of the Chris and Mike show when we hit 1 million views, and there it was. It was stupid, but it still could be done.
That's fun.
So you could take, hey, give me 15 images based on this verse, and see what it does. And then all of a sudden you have ideas, because then if you're like me, then the fucking creative juice is going to start flowing. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. Let's change this. And all of a sudden you got 20 freaking, slides that you can incorporate for one segment of a song. Then all of a sudden you just hit the ground running. Just thoughts, just ideas. Because I really want to see your stuff visually.
Yeah.
I want to see it come to life. I guess that's what
You
I'm trying
will.
to say.
You will, and I will definitely send it to you when they do. Because it's funny. I want to touch on this. You said some of these could be little mini movies and stuff, and that's exactly what I was thinking earlier today when I was listening to Nightmare on Highway 260. Because that's a true story. Okay, now all of my songs are true stories, but like this Nightmare on Highway 260, one night me and my ex got into a fight. She kicked me out of the house. I was spun out for like 7 days. And if you know anything about Cottonwood and Camp Verde, Arizona, that space in between on Highway 260, no lights at all, bro. You're walking in the dark on this thing. Fucking shadow people everywhere. You're hearing shit in the bushes. You're hearing voices. Dude, I literally describe my night like that, how it happened in this song, everything I did, bro. So like every time I hear it, I see it playing in my, I'm like, this should be a fucking movie, bro, about some dude running around getting haunted and shit. Yep.
Exactly.
Great idea, man. Thank you.
thank
I
you.
greatly appreciate you guys taking me on this.
Yeah. No, we just, I see little gaps. I'm like, oh, fill this gap. Some people think I'm an ass, but I see what you're doing. I hear what you're creating. I dig it. And the world is such a visual thing because the attention span sucks. But if you can capture something with that ties to your songs, I think.
Well, I agree. So all the artists we talked about, Marilyn Manson, White Zombie, Rob Zombie,
Nine Inch
Typo
Nails,
Negative, 9 Inch Nails, but for surely Tool are the masters at putting imagery, because Adam Jones is a genius. Look at what he's done with their imagery to their music, and that's what Chris's vision he's been trying to get across to you is that made them so much bigger because people saw what the song was about in their own way, right? And that now they saw a visual of it as well.
Yeah, that's
your
all.
music.
I just have to figure out which apps you use.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just start with ChatGPT if that's what you use for AI, because that to me is the easiest way to launch something, an idea. Like I said, I mean, as stupid as it sounds, after I did the cartoon strip of Mike and I, then I had Dave, that's what I call my AI guy, Dave. I had him take my 2 grandkids that are 6 and 3 and put them in a Star Wars battle. And, a 6-panel, they thought it was the coolest thing in the world, but it came across so well done just from saying, take these 2 kids and have them in a Star Wars comic book. They're brothers. And then boom. So you could take your Highway 260, give me some imagery about a guy walking down a dark street with no lights and shadow people, demons, make it eerie and dark and see what he does. And none of your
I'm going to do that tomorrow morning.
Right. Yeah, none of your stuff is sex related, so it won't have an issue with ChatGPT. They have issues sometimes when, you have kind of like I'll put a picture of my wife in a bathing suit. Hey, Dave, change the background. Oh, I can't do that because it violates our nudity. I'm like, dude, she's not naked. She's in a bathing suit. Put her on her beach, man. Instead of being in the closet showing me in a bathing suit, stick her on a beach, please. Like we did. We went to Bermuda, and she dove off the ship, and there was like 3 people in the water, and so I sent it to Dave. I'm like, Dave, take the people out of the background. I can't do that. It violates her. It doesn't violate, man. They're in the ocean. She's diving off the side of the boat, man. Just take those people away. So I had to yell at him to do it. but your shit's it's not that way. It's just, it's dark and twisted and true and real and raw. So just play with that. I think you'll be happy with the results, dude. Especially if you've been feeding whatever you've been feeding your image that you've been making through, which is AI, right?
Yeah, I've been using Chat GPT for
Yeah.
all the album covers.
keep
So
doing
there
it.
you go, dude. He's gonna know. He's gonna know everything that he or whatever you call your guy, but they'll know. The AI guy will know
I,
every your background and it's gonna be in his memory banks. And if not, tell him store this in your memory, store this image, store this, store that, and then start just fucking with it. And dude, I'm telling you, it's AI is cool if you use it the right way. It's not going to be, Terminator shit because it just won't. It's like everything else. The
Yeah.
industrial revolution happened. The internet
a
revolution
tool
happened.
for
Now it's
sure.
the AI revolution. Everybody just calm down. It's going to be okay,
that's what I'm saying.
you know. But I
The
think
way
it'll
I
help.
see it, yeah, the way I see it, this is just my personal opinion. Um, AI is a tool. You can use it correctly, or you can be a shitbag and use it incorrectly.
Right.
I myself, I think I use it correctly because I put all of my human elements into it, and the only thing it creates is the stuff that I'm not able to create.
Right. Yep. Exactly. And you're using Suno the right way. You're using it to help you create your music, but it's still your voice. It's your words. It's your melody. That's just your band because you don't have a band right now. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think
Music
that's
on a whole is so electronic now and overprocessed now and shit. It's refreshing to have somebody from your standpoint that it's all real and raw, but you need the music behind it. So you're just using that
it
piece
as a
of AI.
tool, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're not abusing
Yes,
it.
sir.
It's helping you get your message out, which is
And
your
tell
music,
people
which is
again
cool.
what the name of your band is because I already forgot. I'm sorry.
It's misanthropic torment.
Okay.
A lot of people have a hard time understanding what that means. So basically, misanthropy is extreme hatred for humanity, which I do have an extreme hatred for humanity, but I'm also tormented by my hatred because I am not a hateful person by nature. So, yeah,
You were turned into a hateful
long-winded,
person.
sorry.
Yes.
No, you were turned, but no, it's the answer. But you were, I mean, from what I've gathered from you, because we've only talked to you
No,
for
I
an
agree
hour
with that as well.
today, you were turned into a hateful person because of the situation that you got put in. I mean, granted, it was your own hands doing it, but you still got put into a cage for 16 years. How can you come out from being in a cage for 16 years and be happy? This isn't Shawshank Redemption, okay? Morgan Freeman's not over there, right? You're not just, hey, I'm going to go work on a boat now with no PTSD. I don't think so.
And the whole world changed around him.
Dude,
Technology took over that wasn't there before.
Right. Right.
nuts.
So you'd probably just,
yeah.
but now look at you, man. It's, it's what, 10 years later, you're married, you're making music, you're fucking purging all the hatred and the pain, which is fantastic, and you're moving forward.
Kick-ass
So,
songs.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, I'll tell you after I was done with all these songs and these albums, like I said, I don't really have much to write about anymore. It was like a cathartic release, man. I'm not
Right.
saying that it's not there anymore. I'm just like,
Right.
wow, if I would have known I could do this, I would have done it a long time ago.
You know what would
Yeah.
crack me up is if you came on here a year later. I just thought of this because Chris said you're newly married, you're writing music. If you had like a love album, if I had total different imagery in front of me, and you're like, I wrote this whole album for my wife, and this is, there you go. Maybe that's your next idea.
But that's music, man. That's the beauty of music.
No, I
You know?
that is a great idea, but I've already tried to write a love song for her, and it's called
But-
"I'm Not Good at Love Songs."
But see, that's the thing. You try. You can't try. You just have to let the muse take you where it goes, right?
True.
I don't wake up
Yeah.
and say I'm writing a song today. Even in my height of my creativity, which was the Nemesis era, where I could walk into practice and in 2 minutes write out an entire song based on a riff Mike was playing. If I didn't walk in and have that muse light me up, I wouldn't have sat down and wrote it.
That's the thing that I just got asked that question within the last year. How do you even know how to write a song? I agree with Chris. I haven't really even met a lot of musicians that do this, but I don't either sit down and say, I'm going to write a song and start playing a riff, right? He knows me. I turn my amp up, I find a tone I like, and I just start jamming. And eventually something's like, whoa, hey, what's that? Or he would say, what's that? And I'm like, I'm just playing. We'll play that again,
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
That's for most of the greatest.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to talk over you.
No,
I
you're
was just
fine.
gonna
Go
say
ahead.
that was where most of the best songs come from.
100%.
That's where most of the best songs come from organically like that.
Yep, agreed. When I was in Nashville, when we were recording the last band, the last album I did, the sound engineer and I forget what Susie's gig was, but they took a shining to my lyrics. So they were trying to get me to go to a lyric writing clinic, and I'm like, no. But that's Nashville. Nashville has all those things. So I just wrote them like 5 songs in an hour, gave them to them, and said, you go record this, and then if you sell it, you just make sure I get my fair share. But they actually, I don't get at songwriting clinics, like you can't tell a true artist how to write a song. You just write the song. It's like poetry. You just write the poem. You know, it's if
Well, that
if you're an artist, you have a blank canvas, you paint. You know,
yeah. Most of my lyrics are before they were even lyrics, they were just long poems.
yes,
Everything, like most of this stuff I wrote while I was in prison,
mm-hmm.
and some of them were lines from letters
Mm-hmm.
that I wrote to
Yep.
people. Like a lot of these songs were just things that I was writing either to send to somebody to,
Mm-hmm.
because I was in a cage, man. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I'm,
Right,
I'm in this
right.
cage and I'm fucking dying here,
Yep.
and I'm just writing all this stuff out. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, no, you're right, man. It's
Yeah.
hard to
Yep.
sit down and say, I'm gonna write a song about this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I just sit down and start writing, and then I'll take pieces of a lot of different writings and put them all together
Yep.
to make the song because they fit together.
Yep. Yep. That's all it is. Writing is just it's writing. You when the muse strikes, you strike. So don't force yourself to do shit. I would dive into the visual side of things, see what you can come up with that aspect of it. That'll help feed your creative soul
Yep.
while you're transitioning to what you're going to start writing next. Because I think that will open some doors creatively because you're going to keep feeding that creative side of your soul. And then by doing so, oh, I could do this. Oh, that could do that. I could turn this around. Oh, that gives me an
100%.
idea for this. And all of a sudden, boom, you're going down that path. We got to wrap this up.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Um,
All right. Oh, one real quick thing. That
yes,
picture you're
yes.
displaying right there, that's what
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that is the character that prison created.
Nice. Okay. Right on. I saw the comic strip. I was looking, when Mike asked the name, I knew the name, but I wanted to find something that had the name on it, which is why I grabbed that. So there you go. So boys and girls, if you're feeling sad,
Oh,
suicidal, depressed, don't do it. Go scream in a pillow, go run, go work out, go find somebody to talk to. If you cannot find someone to talk to, sunflowersober.com is a great avenue to seek some kind of help. If you still need to talk to somebody right now and you can't, because we all know that's impossible sometimes, Zobi Space AI on Google and Apple is a therapist app. It costs you $6 a month. You can talk to a therapist right now. It's AI based, but a friend of ours created it, and it will truly help you kind of change your mindset, which is what the goal is. You don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart because you chose not to wake up tomorrow. We've all been there. Eric, for all intents and purposes, for 16 years, could have just decided, fuck this, I'm done. I'm gonna, hang myself from the bars with my bed sheet, whatever. I mean, it's not unheard of in prison, right? I mean, how many people killed themselves while you were away for 16 years? There had to be quite a few, right?
quite a few. And funny thing is you wouldn't know that these people were going to do it before they did it because they just seem so happy. And the common thing in there is to just OD on heroin. They do that on purpose. But yeah, don't do that, man. It's
Yeah.
not. Trust me, I've been in the darkest places in life, man.
Yeah.
There is hope.
Yeah.
So it's just not. It's a permanent solution to a very temporary problem. There is help.
That's right.
There is a light after the darkness.
I think he might be our best example of this segment, Chris,
Yeah.
because he survived 16 years in prison and he's sitting
Yeah.
there, he's creating music and he's telling people don't commit suicide. So
Right.
thank you for saying that, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think
Thank you very
anybody on
much.
this show has been in a worse situation
No.
for that long than you.
No, I don't. None. We could have a whole nother show just talking about your time in prison if you wanted to, but I don't want to open that kind of worms unless you want to. That's on you. That's on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you think about that. But you can find Eric Misanthropic Torment. Just Google that. You'll find him. All the different avenues, all the different places you can buy his music. And he's got a website with merchandise, etc. There's a contact thing on the website. You can go there too. Reach out to him. Give him money for his music so he can do something good with it.
Absolutely.
Don't let him just give it away. Okay.
I love your music, dude. I'll
Yeah,
be
I
buying
do
it
too.
myself. I'm a fan.
Thank
of
you.
Don't go anywhere when Mike signs
Thank
us
you.
off because we got to make you completely uploaded. For the Chris and Mike Show, for Erik Leviathan, Misanthropic Torment. We'll see you guys next week, next episode, whatever it is. Love you, brother. Peace.
Love you, brother. Thanks, Eric.
Don't go anywhere.